The Easy Woman Spears, for sure.
Excuse me. Did you
There's free water upstairs.
I hear Adriana's walking.
I brought some tissues in case it was emotional.
Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Test, the levels. Good evening, I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. Incredible Hulk, would you please give me a sound check? Something popped right before I went live. Can you just let me know? Perfect. Oh, great. Thank you, Miss View. Thank you. I said I was in your live earlier today and you gave some really good conversations, some really good advice. You explained the whole monetization versus the monthly packages, you know, the monthly subscriptions or subscription service. I was living for it. So thank you. Thank you for getting everybody together and letting them know what the tea is. Okay. If you have stumbled upon my channel, I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. I am a cornucopia of stuff. I come through every single night. I haven't called out yet. I know it's going to be very difficult, Miss View. I'm not going to be able to live with myself if I have, listen, as long as there's an internet connection, not even a 5G connection, I will hit that live button and be like, I'm live. Bye. You know, I'm getting a high of it. It's a real high, Savannah, real high. So I've been going consistently live since December 1st, what started as Vlogmas, which sometimes it was Vlogmas. So I said, let me see if I could push the envelope a little more. As we all know, Monday is Martin Luther King's Day, right? Some of us have it off, some of us don't. Especially in this regime that we call this administration. You know, they're trying to erase everything. And then in a couple of weeks, it will be Black History Month. And as I did last year, I should have special programming from Black History Month. Okay? Because even though this administration is trying to erase history, calling the people who were trafficked in boats and stuff, calling them workers, going to a new land for opportunities. Drop a bomb on that. See, that's what the lack of melanated people would like to indoctrinate the children into. But we, the elders, and I throw myself in there, know the real history and the real truth. So we will be doing special programming all of February in honor and in celebration of the Black History Voices. I'm still trying to curate what it is that I want to do, because I don't want to come through and talk about the same people that we talk. You know, I always try to do things a little bit different. So I am in the process of curating what my programming is going to be for February. But please subscribe. You know, I'm getting a lot of people who come see me, but you're not subscribed and you haven't hit that bell, so you don't know when I go live. Make sure that you are. No, I cannot, and I don't take requests. You know, you give me a request, I send you to the ban box. You see that? I don't need you to sub. I don't need you to sub. You know, I'm not one of those YouTubers. I'm not that YouTuber. I'm completely different. Okay? Completely different. Drop a bomb on that. See? You ask for shit and you get a one-way ticket, VIP Express. That was quick. With the quickness, Miss View. With the quickness. I got my button, you know. Naris21 has the night off. He can potentially be on a date tonight, Miss View. And Incredible Hulk, you know, he knows I can handle myself. He only steps in when he thinks I need some help. So he's watching, but he knew I could hustle right on out, right express to the VIP, to the suite. You know, in the concerts they got the suites. Miss View, that's how we went to see Missy. We went to see Missy in the suites and stuff. They take you in. They got your champagne ready, or if you want some brown juice, they got the brown juice ready. Whatever you want, and you just come out and you enjoy the performance from your skybox. See, these people over here, because I know it's the Wild Wild West, but I will continue to go live and I continue to talk about what I'm talking about. Miss View, do you know who Davey is? Davey, he is a YouTuber. He used to be over here with a mess for a little bit, but then he realized that it was more profitable if we went to like mainstream with celebrities and stuff. Davey, I'm sure you know who he is. Anyway, he went live today randomly, and I was like, oh, let me click in, and he said the frozen people. The frozen water people. So I clicked in, and he was like, on the block that he was in, they were doing one of them raids, but the community, I guess, had come out, and now the new thing is they whistle with whistles, they blow a whistle, and then they honk the horn, and that went on for like 15 minutes, and it was a standoff. It looked like they were going door to door, Miss View. This is getting nasty. This is getting ugly, and is falling right in what they want it to be. Drop a bomb on that. They've already started talking about certain acts, insurrection acts, and some bullshit acts for martial law and all that. Miss View, please take care of yourself, Miss View. Incredible Hulk and I are taking the proper precautions and needed, filing the proper permits needed to really take advantage of our amendments and our rights. Catch that. Catch that. I've already told Incredible Hulk. I already told. Listen, I have already. Oh, Miss View. There you go. I can see you with. I can see you with one. I can see you with that. Let me see. Comes here. I'm not gonna put that on the screen, but I'm reading this. I'm reading. He says, "My dad left it to me. I know how to." There you go. There you go. It's crazy. It is insane. Absolutely insane. The type of shit that's going on. Boom. Okay, it's insane. Insane. Oh. Well, let's get you out. If you sub, let's get you out. You see, I have the power to, I can send you to the skybox, and then if I realize I made a mistake, I'll just recall you. So you've been recalled, Austin Toledo, J6K. Okay, I sub. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna keep our good eyes on you. All right. Yep. No, that's important. That certainly is important. You have to take care of yourself. I just took my comments out. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I got you, Miss View. I got you. No, you do, Miss View. I'm gonna read something here. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the Wild Wild West here, Austin Toledo. Welcome. It's the Wild Wild West up in here. So, and I'm from New York. We have an attitude. We have an attitude before we let our guard down. So, yeah, welcome. It is what it is. So, Ms. View, I am hearing of more raids here in New York City, in the suburbs, in the city, and the whole nine. It's just a lot, I for the first, I had to have the conversation with Incredible Hulk, Ms. View. It's like, because, hi, look at me. You look at me, right? And, they're profiling. So, although, I am as American as apple pie, okay, drop a bomb on that. By generations, I had to have the conversation with Incredible Hulk. Am I supposed to carry all this paperwork on me? Ms. View, I'm very prepared. I have a whole binder. Whenever I fly, I have a whole binder that I've traveled with. And in that binder, I have original copies of every piece of document that identifies me. This is before the frozen water people. This is just me, the nut that I am. And then it's original copies, but I have more original copies in the safe, because when I got I got like 6 copies of everything, originals, right? So I travel with that. And the crazy thing is, Ms. View, I carry it when I'm flying. Whenever I fly, even the picture of your baby feet, for you know what I'm saying, and the little curly hair. I used to have curly hair in a little bag. The whole nine. Bomb on that. The whole nine. But I have a binder that has birth certificate, marriage certificate, last will and testament, everything you could possibly think of. I have a last pay, not a last pay stub, but like my hire letter for wherever last job I have, like all of that. I have all of that. And when I'm flying international and stuff like that, I'll print out like my latest pay stub and put it in there, you know? So I travel with all of that, and of course my passport and the whole nine. I don't fucking feel like carrying that in my car. I don't fucking feel like it. It's something about having some white individual, okay? Some white motherfucker come to my motherfucking window with some bullshit when I don't even have to respond to you because you're not local police and you have no jurisdiction over me. Drop a fucking bomb on that. You understand me? It's along the lines of, you know, I've always said an Incredible Hulk, you know, he kind of thinks, sort of believes that he has changed my mind about these things. But before I met Incredible Hulk, I used to say, and live by this view, I used to say that in New York City, Gotham City, you know, if there was a moment where I was going to get stuck, you know, a stick up or something, or somebody followed me into the bank or whatever, and they pull a piece of steel, you know, I'm the crazy MF to grab it and be like, okay, if you that man, pull it, bitch. If you that man, pull it. Okay? Because you ain't taking a motherfucking thing out of me right now. I guarantee, lock the fucking bank. I guarantee you. You know, you thought you was crazy this morning. You didn't know you was going to run into a crazier motherfucker. Go ahead. Because you're going to have to do me, Donna. You're going to have to do me right here in the middle of Times Square. Because I'm going to eat you. I'm going to be chewing on your tibia bone. Drop a bomb on that in about 3.5 seconds. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm going to bring capitalism back to 42nd Street and Times Square. It enrages me that I have worked so hard for a long periodical of time, and I'm going to get some punk ass bitch thinking he's going to roll up on me and get one goddamn red cent out of me. Oh, we both dying tonight. Drop a bomb on that. We both dying tonight. Okay? I'm finally going to get my shining moment in the news and in headlights. Okay? Don't fuck with me. Like, I see purple. I'm not going to even tell you black or red. I see purple when I think about it. So when Incredible Hulk bought me my engagement ring, and then my wedding band, right? My wedding band, he said to me, you know, he was like, I'm putting this on your finger, but don't, if this ever becomes an issue, take it off and let them have it. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Well, never. Because he was like, I cannot be without you. I'm like, oh, sure. Yeah, okay. I want to see that. When he gifted me my second Lexus, I said second because he gave me the first one the first year that we were talking. And then he gave me the second one, like the first year of marriage. So when he gave me my second Lexus, Miss View, he said to me the same thing. He said, if there's ever an issue where they're trying to or you need to, just walk away. This is all material. And I was like, oh, sure, baby. Yeah, sure. You think I'm going to let anybody take this 80K that we have worked so hard for, that I'm riding in four wheels for? You got me fucked up. Miss View. And although I have the binder, and it's not even a rigid binder, it's a flexible binder, okay? You know, I could just roll it and throw it in the back of that. I don't fucking feel like it. I don't feel like it to get some fucking undereducated Billy, a hillbilly that has gone through not even what we can call a process. They just said, here, sign here. Here's a sign-on bonus for $50,000. Oh, you were part of the January 6th. Oh, you get a push-up now. You get pushed up on the list if you were part of January 6th. That's what the fuck they doing. Somebody come on. I'm telling you, I'm just going to black out and the thing is just going to go to 100 miles per second. I didn't say per second. My car goes 0 to 60. I think it's like in 3 seconds. That's how fast. In 3 seconds. Okay? I did not work this hard. And I know I look really young and the whole nine, but I still work hard for a long period of time to have some motherfucker roll up to some fucking hillbilly pig, roll up to my motherfucking window. Hello, Love Blake. How you doing? Love Blake has entered the room, ladies and gentlemen. Love Blake, I'm a little hot and salacious because these raids, I'm seeing these raids, Love Blake. I'm seeing these raids. And then I hear people around me telling other people, oh, you don't have to worry about it. They're only going after the rapists and the criminals and the people who overstayed. I know for a fact that that's not true. I know for a fact that that's not true. They're profiling if they hear you speak Spanish or any other language. If you have the skin tone, the hue that they're going for that day. Did you know they're also taking their DNA? They're taking DNA samples. DNA samples. This is absolutely fucking insane. This is Nazi Germany right before our eyes. Right before our eyes. Nazi Germany. So, I don't, so I had to have a discussion with my husband. It's like, okay, well, what do we, and I don't even have a concrete plan. I don't have a concrete plan. God knows if that's going to be the end, because I'm not going to be one of these sob stories. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. It's infuriating, the shit that I'm seeing on the news. And granted, some of it probably has to be taken with a grain of salt, because we don't, there's so much bullshit out there, especially social media. Social media, stories in IG, stories on the internet, on fuck Twitter, because we know what Twitter is connected to. Magaland. So you can't even believe that. And that's not really a news source anyway, so you shouldn't be getting your news from Twitter. You shouldn't even be getting your news from CNN or CBS or NBC or Fox. You should be going to the BBC online and see how they're telling it, the Europeans. Naris 21 has returned from his date. Naris, did you give a head to get ahead? Naris 21, how was your date? I told everybody that I gave you the night off so you can go on a date because it's a Friday night. Please let us know. Shh. Okay. All right. Fine. Naris 21 does not want to talk about the date he went with the big booty Dominican boy he's trying to talk to. Drop a bomb on that. We will respect his privacy. I was going to say we will respect his fantasy, but no, privacy. We will respect his privacy for now. Naris 21, I had to have a conversation with Incredible Hulk. Naris 21, you see what's going on? You see how they're rounding up people? You see it on the news? And you know how I've always talked about, when confronted with some bullshit. I'm very spiritual. So part of me, Miss View, would think that it's my time to go. Part of me would think it's my time to go. So I don't know. I want to read something that I came across. Y'all know I come out here and I read these stories. I want to read this story. Real quick. It's in a chat that, for people to like vent and stuff like that. I want to read this and then we're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay. I'm trying to stay not political, Miss View, but I also think that there comes times in our life where we have to talk about shit. Just a second. I am trying to come up with the don't tell me that they deleted it. Oh no. And I said to myself, I'm gonna take a picture of it. And I did not take a fucking picture of it, and now I don't have it here. Let me just see. Did they take it down? Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. I found it. It's right here. It says, this is a chat for family members of the frozen water agents. What are your thoughts and feelings about what the frozen water people are doing? So I had to go up and let me scroll down to the one that I highlighted to read. I'm almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. My uncle worked for the frozen water people for about 15 years before he retired last year. Family dinners got complicated. Here's the thing nobody really talks about. The job attracts two very different types of people. They are folks who genuinely believe they're protecting communities and following the law as written. And then there are people who were probably looking for any job where they could exercise authority over vulnerable populations. My uncle was the former, but he'd come home with stories about the latter that made his stomach turn. He told me once about a case where they picked up a guy who'd been in the country for 20 years, owned a small restaurant, employed like a dozen people, had kids in college, no criminal record beyond immigration violation. Beyond the immigration violation. The guy's daughter showed up at the detention center, and my uncle said watching her beg to see her dad through the glass was one of the worst moments of his career. He processed the paperwork because that was his job, but he stopped sleeping well after that. The cognitive dissonance was real. He justified it by saying, I don't make the laws, I just enforce them. But you could see it eating at him. He talked about actual dangerous people they caught, gang members, people with violent records, and feel good about that work. Then in the next breath, he'd mention a grandmother getting picked up at a routine check-in after 30 years here, and he'd just go quiet. What really got to me was how the job changed him. He used to be this warm, joking guy who'd give anyone the shirt off his back. By year 12 or 13, he'd become harder, more suspicious, started talking about people as illegals instead of using their names. My aunt said he'd have nightmares and wouldn't talk about them. He retired early, didn't even make it to his full pension. Last Thanksgiving, he had a few drinks and admitted that he wasn't sure anymore if he'd done more harm than good. Said the hardest part wasn't the job itself, it was realizing that following orders doesn't absolve you of responsibility for the outcomes. I don't have a clean answer here. I love my uncle. I also think the system he was part of is fundamentally broken and causes immense suffering. Both things are true, and I've had to learn to hold that tension without resolving it neatly. Drop a bomb on that. Okay. We are finding ourselves in a really crazy time, and I can't help it but remember sitting under the lights and in front of the lights and in front of this camera a couple of years ago saying the same shit when COVID was happening, and then later on same shit when he got first elected, and then it's just like this hamster wheel of just craziness and stress and concerns and all of that. And now these potential wars that are coming up, everything to deflect from the actual fact that he is a pedophile and protecting other pedophiles, releasing the Epstein files, everything and anything. They're going to destroy the country before they fucking release the files with the names. My conscience is clean because I did not vote for a racist. My conscience is clean because I did not vote for this oppression and this hate. My conscience is 100% clean. Even if I lost, I did not cast a vote for the devil himself. Drop a bomb on that. And what he stands for and all of the other people behind him supporting him. And I don't feel sorry for the Latinos for Trump, who voted and find themselves in these third world countries they've never been at before. I don't feel this is what you voted for. Part of me is like, this is what you voted for. This is what everything they wanted this. They wanted this, but a woman. They wanted this, but a black woman at that. You know, over there. They prefer this. They prefer this. And they will lay on that sword. That whole party will lay on that sword. I mean, how much worse can it get? He's been fucking linked to pedophiles. To PDF files, and they still stand behind him. Drop a bomb on that. They still stand behind him. Excuse me. My stomach is a little finicky right now. I'm just so upset about the whole thing. And, you know, having to mentally prepare. I don't know, Miss View. Listen, being in New York City, you know, when I was in my teens, back when I was in the first company I did at 12 years old, 12, 13, 14, my mentors, the people in the company were already having the conversation. If you get stopped by the cops, not because but just because you're Latino and everybody around you is also black Latinos, and we're riding the train. And if you get stopped by the cops, they actually gave us a little card, Miss View, that said, like I exercise my right not to, you know, all of that. And, you know, they told us if you politely ask them, am I free to go? And if they said no, then you produce that card. If you're not able to, because, you know, they don't want you to touch anything or whatever, then you say, I exercise my, you know, my right to counsel. And then have them contact us or contact your parents and the whole night, you know, because it was New York City. It was New York City. There was all these cases of NYPD abusing people, you know, just picking up people, sexually assaulting people, not just in a gay way, but even straight way, like women, and the whole thing was like crazy. So they will have these conversations. So I already knew. That's why I've always been so empowered to be outspoken. I'm not intimidated by a motherfucking thing. Drop a bomb on that. I'm not. You know, and one of the reasons why I advocate so much about education is because being educated, going through the process of higher education, a 4-year college degree, sitting there, having to report every fucking day, getting up, doing reports for the class, you know, having the thing of having to learn something, study it, then come be tested for it. All of that really builds who you are, your ability to advocate for yourself. One of the things that I see around, you know, in that other sector over there that was so frustrating is the amount of wasted males, and I'm going to go to the gay males because this is mostly the ones that I saw were mostly gay, but young gay males wasting their life away, sitting on these lives, smoking, drinking, and begging every single fucking day, smoking, drinking, and begging, or getting into these weird ass relationships, putting it all out there, everything out there, down to the sexual intimate moments on this platform, right? To be YouTube famous. Drop a bomb on that. None of them ever consider or discuss stepping foot into a place of higher education to get some motherfucking culture into them, to be able to get some confidence that even if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you still look like you know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, or learning skills such as knowing how to use a fucking proper spoon and a fork. I've seen homosexuals on that circle eating with a spoon like this. Like this. Who the fuck holds a spoon like this? If you don't get the hell out of my face, and I don't care that you had a crazy upbringing. You're here now. You're grown now. You're out of the tentacles and the control of parental units. You know, just because you were raised everybody could sit and lay on a couch and complain about their upbringing. Drop a bomb on that. Trust me. At some point, we all made a determination to say this was them, parents, grandparents, aunts, people who raised me, foster care, whatever. That's them. But this is where I live now. This is my mind. This is my choices. Okay. I'm going to college. I'm interacting with other people. I'm learning from other people. I'm knowing how to be social. Some of these people have the worst social skills ever. They don't listen. They don't actively listen. They don't know how to engage people. They don't know how to follow up with a question. They don't know how to read the room. Context clues. None of that. And they certainly cannot be of any help to themselves or other people. They bring nothing to the table. Nothing to the table. It's insane to me. We seen them interact with NYPD and put not 1 foot but 2 feet all the way to their knees up in their own mouths. Drop a bomb on that. all for wanting to be YouTube famous. Ends up with a criminal case, with a record, over and over. We have seen them call the police on themselves on live. We have seen them get out of jail after a week, 7 days, and talk about the experience as if it was a vacation. A vacation. Hasn't washed her hoo-ha, okay? Hasn't had a good meal in 7 days, right? All of that down there, unwashed, uncleaned, and they're talking about coming out of jail as if people, I made friends, y'all. I made friends. And then you put it on film, you YouTube it for the world to find out and see. Yeah, I gotta be over here doing my little stories and reading because it doesn't fit. I can't. It's not even entertaining. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's sad. You know, it's a concern because to me, then it's like, are most people like this? Are most people like that? Is everybody like that? Is only a couple of sprinkle? That's like a Miss View, Naris 21, I love Blake. But everybody else is like that? So I don't, Naris 21, I had to have the conversation with Incredible Hulk. I still don't have an answer. I still don't know. I still don't, like I said, I've been in situations where, and I've worked with federal agents under a lot of pressure, on the good times, on the rough times, I know how to, I've always said this, I know my way around the criminal justice system very confidently because I know rights, but are there rights? Drop a bomb on that. What rights? Are there rights? Did we ever think Roe v. Wade was going to get overturned? Did we ever think Roe v. Wade was going to get overturned? And it's a matter of time before they come for the gay marriage. As if any of them Supreme Court justices up there has the right to police what goes into my anus. Drop a bomb on that. What goes in, stays in, how much friction it has. How long of a process? As if they have, they certainly went up there. And the crazy thing is that there's women, but there's the minorities, of course. But those men, those white men, plus that man who has that white wife that looks like pork pussy. She looked like a pork pussy on her face. Just pork pussy. Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas. I can't stand him. Clarence Thomas. He is, Miss View, he's so bad. He's not even, we're not going to even call him the one that was inside serving the tea and telling on everybody who was in the barracks and stuff. He's above all of that. He's even worse than that. He's not even the one indoors, the one that was telling. No, he's in a whole other category. Pork pussy wife. They went ahead and told women what to do with their insides. Drop a fucking bomb on that. We've seen the stories. There's stories about, a woman at a Hulk pointed showed me the story. A woman was forced to carry a child that they already knew was coming with defects and with congenital issues. And guess what? They made her hold the baby or to term, and then the baby was born dead. The baby was born dead. And she had to go endure that whole trauma. Because because abortions are not legal anymore in her state. Then there was another lady that she had gotten into an accident and she was in a coma and they had her carry the whole baby to term on the coma, got the baby out, and then she never woke up or anything. They buried her. Okay? Like, it's insane. It's insane. I just don't know. Absolute horrible. Horrible, Miss View. And are we going to go back? Is this ever going to be normal again? Is this the new normal? Like, this is insane to me. Now, going back to the interactions, I don't know, Miss View. I don't know. All I know is when I get in my car, and my car is very safe. That's one of the reasons why Hulk got it for me, because I have cameras all around, but it also does this panoramic thing, 360, where I can see, I can see above my car, Miss View, and all around 360. It's so crazy because I don't have a camera up there, so I don't even know how the fuck it's doing it. I don't know if it's some satellite stuff or whatever, but it actually gives me a 360 of the whole thing from above the car. So and every door locks, and it's like, I'm telling you, I can go 0 to like 60 in 3 seconds. In 3 seconds. It's like a fucking takeoff effect. It's a takeoff effect. And I just don't feel like I need to produce any motherfucking documents for any agency that's not my local fucking agency. Drop a bomb on that. I don't feel like it. And don't let it be a white motherfucker. Oh my God. Spaceship. Yes. Don't let it be a white MF. Yeah, I have the chip on my shoulder. Yeah. So that's where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are. I didn't come out here believing that I was gonna have a resolution, a beginning, a middle, or end. I just felt like I needed to come out here and rant, because what I'm seeing, when I saw Davey showing that, and I'm like, okay. And I'm hearing more reports, and it keeps getting closer and closer. And I know for a fact they're not just going after, they're just trying to throw a net out there. And these people are so untrained and so unqualified, Ms. View. They're not getting any background checks. There was a reporter who signed up for it and went through the process. And she said that they didn't do any background check, no 10-year background checks, no any of that. She even actually, the very last step, she like stopped responding or whatever. There was something else she needed to do as a last step, and she didn't do it. And she still got an appointment for her first day to report time, date, location, all of that, as if she had completed the whole thing. So they're not even vetting these people correctly. I think and it's been leaked, Ms. View, because some of these towns now are fighting back. And because these people are not trained, they're not properly trained. They don't know how to interact with the public. They don't have the police public interaction training. They're not. The training used to be 30 days, and they're now cutting it down to like 15 days. Drop a bomb on that. 15 days, Ms. View. 15 days to go out there with a weapon and interact with human beings on the street. Human beings that you're going to then abduct. Let's call it what it is. Abduct. So these towns are fighting back. Everybody's taking out their phones and recording, and they're making noise, and they're letting people know they're on the block, and the whole nine. They're having all these confrontations. So these people, and in some cases, they're fighting back. They're breaking windows. I'm talking about the public. They're going into the vehicles. Anyway, they leaked names of agents, and guess who's one of the agents? Guess who, if you could call it that? Guess who's one of these agents that goes door to door and try to, the Proud Boy guy, the Latino Cuban guy who's head of the MAGA Proud Boys. Oh, he's doing it. Every morning before I leave my house, I do my prayers. I do my cross. I do my prayers and the whole nine. I don't know what it's going to look like. God, please protect me. But I'm not going to get up here and be like, oh, no, and just be as like what they told me back when I was 12, 13, 14 about dealing with NYPD. That was NYPD. This is not NYPD. This is a fucking military government agency in Nazi Germany. Common day. Modern day. That's what that is. And depending on how the fuck I feel like and what the fuck I feel that day, okay, I'm not going to even finish the sentence. With that said, I do this every night. I hope that tomorrow is a lighter show. I want to do a lighter show tomorrow. I might do a lighter show tomorrow. I might come a little earlier. I know, Miss View, you told me about, getting your rest and all that, and I'm gonna respect that and try to be, a little bit more earlier. So I'm gonna shoot for an earlier slot tomorrow, so you can enjoy. We're gonna do the circle. We're gonna do the music. I'm gonna let my hair out. It's gonna be promiscuous and wet, and I'm gonna be moisturized, and we're gonna have a better day. We're gonna have a better show. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. This wasn't meant to be entertaining. This was reality, a reality check. All right. Thank you, Ms. View, for coming through. Hi, Naris21. Thank you for coming through after your date. We shall discuss. My Incredible Hulk, thank you for protecting me. I know he's going to give me a motherfucking speech. You ain't really going to do. Now I have to drop you off and pick you up. I'm not going to let you venture out by yourself. Watch me put a hot transmission over the... Ms. View. Y'all know I always do everything big, right? You will be fine and I will be here. Well, thank you, Miss View. Thank you. You guys have a good night. Love, Blake. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing okay. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Please pray for Love, Blake. I definitely will. Love, Blake, you are in our prayers, thoughts, and sending you positive energy, okay? Okay. All right. Okay. I am going to light a candle and I'm going to do my prayers. Okay. All right, Miss View. View, I'm going to send you a quick note. Check your thing. Check your email real quick. I'm going to send you a quick note right now. All right. Have a good night, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.